Now, types of volcanoes on nature of medium and the form developed at the surface. By these two bases, we can divide the volcanoes into 5 different types. Number 1, composite volcanoes, then seal volcanoes, caldera, flood basalt provinces, then mid-oceanic ridge volcanoes. Now first, we will discuss these two, composite and seal volcanoes. Now, I already discussed about the composite lavas and seal lavas. All the features of composite lavas will be same to that of composite volcanoes. Similar way, all the features of seal lavas will be same to that of seal volcanoes. Only this point I have not mentioned here. In the composite lavas, this point and this point. This point is what? Composite volcanoes are found at destructive margin, which I have not mentioned in what? Composite lavas. Here I am mentioning that in composite volcanoes, this we found at what? Destructive margin. Destructive margin, as I already mentioned, what is destructive margin? When two plates, one is what? Continental plates, another is what? Oceanic plates, they move like this and they collide with a compressional force. This type of margin is said to be what? Destructive margin, because oceanic crust which undergo subduction over continental plates, it what? Oceanic crust destroys because of excessive temperature and it forms what? Magma. That's why this margin is said to be what? Destructive margin, since crust is destroyed and it is formed magma because of experiencing huge temperature inside the surface of the earth. Now, one of the example of composite volcanoes is what? Mount Mayon in Philippines. Now, how this volcano looks like? This volcano looks like this. This is what? Magma chamber through which this magma is to flow, and what happens? This is called what? Vent. This region is called what? Crater. This point is called primary cone. This point is what? Secondary cone. What is this? Actually, sometimes what happens? The magma, instead of flowing through this, they follow this part. Through this part, the magma is to flow. So this cone is called what? Secondary cone. And here one important feature is what? We found ash and lava alternatively. If this is what? Ash, this is lava. Ash, lava, ash, lava. Like this alternatively we found. Next, in the seal volcano, this volcano we found at constructive margin. Now what is constructive margin? When two oceanic plates, they move away from each other, then what happens? Magma will try to fulfill the vacancy created by these two oceanic plates. So this magma is what? They are constructing the oceanic crust. That's why they are said to be what? This margin is said to be what? Constructive margin. That means when two oceanic plates move away from each other, then a vacancy is created. This vacancy is fulfilled by what? Magma. So here construction of oceanic crust is going on. That's why this margin is said to be what? Constructive margin. One of the prominent example of seal volcano is Mount Loa in Hawaii, and it look like this. The feature of the seal volcanoes is look like this. It seems to be a seal. It seems to be a what? Its structure seems to be what? Seal. That's why its name is what? Seal volcanoes. And this is what? Magma chamber. This is vent. This is what? Crater. Now, number 3 is what? Caldera Lake. This is known to be what? Most explosive volcanoes on Earth. When they erupt, they incline to collapse on themselves rather than constructing any structure. The collapse depressions are known as caldera. What happened actually? This is suppose what? Crater. So this magma used to flow here, and what happens? This, when they comes out in the form of lava, then they again fall here, and they will fall on themselves. That means they will fall on the crater, thereby increasing the size of the what? Crater, which is known as what? Caldera. Caldera, size of the crater become larger because the magma will comes out in the form of lava, and it will fall at a huge pressure. It will fall with a huge force. Because of falling of these lavas with a huge force, what happens? It increasing the size of the crater, and this increase in size is known to be what? Caldera. And what happens when there is no magma? That means the seizing of the magma material occurs, or dying of the magma materials occur. No eruptions are happening. Then it will be fulfilled by the water, thereby forming a lake, which is also called what? Caldera Lake. For example, Lake Toba in Indonesia and Lake Oregon in USA. Next, number 4 is what? Flood basalt provinces. These volcanoes discharge highly fluid lava that flows for long distances. So fluidity is more, that's why it can travel what? Very long distance. Next B, many parts of the world are covered by thick basalt lava flows. For example, Deccan Plateau and Columbian Plateau. Next, number 5 is what? Mid-oceanic ridge. So this occurs in what? Oceanic areas. What happens? When two oceanic plates they move away, then there is a vacancies created. Those vacancies fulfilled by what? Magma, and thereby forming what? Mid-oceanic ridge that we can find in Atlantic Ocean. We can find what? Mid-oceanic ridge in what? Atlantic Ocean. And those magma are also responsible what? Those magma are also responsible for sea floor spreading. And this lava is basaltic in nature, and they also travels very long distances. Now, types of volcanoes based on frequency of eruptions. 3 types: active, dormant and extinct. Active are those which erupt frequently, for example, Mount Merapi in Indonesia. Dormant are those which hasn't occurred regularly recently. Example, Mount Vesuvius in Italy. Extinct are those whose eruption has been recorded in historic times. Example, Mount Kenya. Now, types of volcanoes based on mode of eruption. I did this too in the first class itself, but now just I am reading the point. In central type of eruption, eruption occurs through a central pipe and by small opening, by breaking and blowing of earth crust due to violent eruption. And this is reported mainly in destructive or convergent merging. Now, in fissure type of eruption, endogenetic tensional forces are responsible for formation of cracks or fissures through which magmatic material comes out and spread into great distances in the form of lava, and this responsible for the plateau formation. Example, Deccan Plateau. Now, I will discuss about the various landforms formed by the volcanoes. Especially, there are two types of landforms formed by the volcanoes. One is extrusive landforms, another is what? Intrusive landforms. Extrusive landforms are found in the surface of the earth. That means these landforms are visible to us. And intrusive landforms are found inside the earth. Those are called what? Intrusive landforms. Now, in case of extrusive landforms, there we found what? Composite volcano, lava mesa, lava plateau, cinder cone, caldera, lava flow. And in case of intrusive landforms, there we found what? Batholith, laccolith. These are what? Batholith, then laccoliths, then lapoliths, then seals. These seals, then dike, and one more called facholiths. Now, how facholiths looks like, you please write in comment section how they form. Now, we will discuss here about the intrusive landforms. First what? Batholiths. Batholiths, that is what? Large rock masses formed due to cooling down and solidification of hot magma inside the earth. That means what happens? These batholiths, they are nothing but what? Hot magma, when they cools and solidifies, then they look like this. These batholiths look like this. Here, these batholiths are looking like this. This is specially for intrusive landforms. This is both for extrusive as well as intrusive landforms. So here, batholiths are this. And this whole masses here, batholiths are this. This is what? Large rock masses from here to here. And they appear on the surface only after the denudation process. Only after denudation process, these batholiths are what? Visible. Then they form the core of huge mountains and may be exposed on surface after erosion. The core of huge mountains are made up of what? Batholiths. Those can be seen only after erosion. Number 2 is what? Laccoliths. Here you see this structure, this what? Laccoliths. Now what is written? These are the large dome-shaped intrusive bodies connected by a pipe like conduit from below. Example is what? Karnataka Plateau. This here, these are visible like a dome-shaped. This is what? This is what? Laccoliths. These are what? Dome-shaped. What happens? The magma from this region, they goes like this, forming this what? Landforms. This is what? Looking like a what? Dome-shaped. This is what? Looking like what? Dome-shaped. Here, laccoliths, this portion. The magma, they enters like this and form like a what? Dome-shaped. This structure is called what? Laccoliths. Number 3 is what? Lapoliths. Now, when lava moves upwards, a portion of the same may tend to move in a horizontal direction wherever it finds a weak plane. That means what happens? See here, lapoliths. This is what? Lapoliths. And what happens when this magma moves from here? Then in certain region, what happens? They find some weak rocks. When they find weak rocks, then they move like this and move like this, because these portions are little bit weak. When they find weak plane, this magma moves like this, making a structure looking like a what? Concave shape if someone sees from the sky. So if someone sees from the what? Skies, then they are visible like a what? Concave shape. Number 4 is what? Seals. What are seals? These are solidified horizontal lava layers. Solidified horizontal lava layers are called what? Seals. See here. When lava or magma move like this, then sometimes they move in the horizontal direction. They are going like this, again they are moving what? Like this. This is the what? Horizontal movement. So this structure form is called what? Seals. Next, number 5 is what? Dike. Dike is what? Lava solidified perpendicular to the ground. See here, dike. This one is dike here. This one is what? Dike here. So this what? This looks like they forms a perpendicular to the what? Ground. So dikes are nothing but what? Solidified, lava solidified, which moves perpendicular to the what? Ground. Now, about the facolites, I already told, this is your work. You have to tell me how it looks like. Write in the comment section.